Hi, sweetheart. I'm sorry it took me a while to to get back on Facebook. I'll explain that in another video. But I read your beautiful share. Thank you for that. I wanted, first of all, to let you know that overwhelm and overstimulation is what is happening on our planet right now. There is so much overwhelm and so much stimulation. Our systems are trying to adapt to the energies, to the technology, to the multi-billion tasking things that we have to do. So there's a lot of simulation happening internally and externally for us. Now, the craziest part is this. The overstimulation that really knocks us down are our thoughts. So yes, the energies around have an effect. Yes, the situations, the crowded places, yes, they have an effect, of course, because we start to connect and absorb with that. However, our thoughts are the ones that cause the overwhelm state, that causes the headaches and the pains and the over everything. Why? Think about it this way. When we're out in the world, okay, when you're out in the world and you're dealing with the world, and you're, let's say, in a mall, like malls are suffocating for me. I could do half an hour at most, and then it's like I have to leave. You might be the same, of course. However, it's the interpretation. It's having so much conversation in the mind while in these situations that causes the overwhelm. And it's interesting because I'm hearing now that there's like, you could live in the world if there wasn't any interpretation about the world. Like there isn't this background conversation that is happening. You know how we all have, like, you're out somewhere and then the mind starts, but it's on autopilot and we're not paying much attention to it because we're focused externally. And if you focus internally, you'll notice there's a lot of dialogue happening, right? In your mind, there's like, you're trying to decipher who each person is. You're like, your mind is talking so much to you. It's talking so much that the overstimulation takes place, the overwhelm takes place, because there are thoughts talking, and there's the world outside that's really loud. There are people's energies. There's everything. There's all these pockets of energies. And the overwhelm, this is so interesting, comes in because of the thoughts. Now imagine that your thoughts were still or silent or not as loud. How would you feel? Just think about it. Like if you were in a calm place, if you were in a state of mind where you're like, okay, it's all good. I'm fine. I don't have to figure out who is safe, who is not safe, if I'm saying the right thing, doing the right thing, looking the right way, if I have to protect my energy, not protect my energy, all this stuff. And don't forget, due to also learning so much about the healing and going into the spiritual industry stuff for so long, there's like a million different things that keep showing up. Oh, you forgot to protect yourself. Oh, the energies are coming in. Now they're overtaking you. Oh no, you have to step in your power. Don't forget, you haven't stepped into your power. Step into your power now. Oh no, you forgot about yourself. Wait, you haven't spoken in the I. Oh my God, you must have hurt that person's feelings. Look at all those people. Oh my God, I'm going to take in all their energy. And then what am I going to do? There's all this and more. Like this is just, imagine that plus layers of other conversations. And there's so many. It's not like from one to the next to the next. It's like you have a thought with another, and another layer of other thoughts from one to the other, and another layer from one thoughts to the other. And there's always like a problem is being created, a solution is being found. You're like, oh, if you're with a group of people, it even gets more challenging because you want to give everyone attention, but you want to give yourself attention. And you have all this information in your mind that you've gathered throughout the years, and it's just mayhem. All that is happening inside, right? So imagine if you are in a situation where you're like in an event or you're with a group of people. what happens, ooh, crazy goosebumps. Okay. What happens is the dialogue inside is the one that's overwhelming and overstimulating. And what I got a goosebumps for is for this, to say this. When we have not completely known how to gather all parts of us within us, what happens is, and we're used to the pattern of being there for others all the time, right? Even if it's a small gathering of people where you have to put a persona, an identity on, and keep changing your identity according to the environment. That's a typical empath, right? Just to make everyone feel at ease and to feel that you're relatable to others. You've depleted your energy. So you, even in small groups, it feels exhausting. It feels like you just can't be yourself because you start to kind of mimic their energies. This is out of the survival need that we developed and became a pattern that we're not very conscious about. However, we're waking up to being more conscious about it, where you're tapping into this person's, you're tapping into every individual's emotions. And don't forget, we have these antennas that are out of us to figure out our environment, if we're safe, is someone feeling bad? And that's why I'm saying there are layers. There's another layer of like, if you're in a small group, you're like, is she feeling bad? Oh, why did she look like that? That look means this. Oh, I'm feeling this from this person. And you're using all your antennas to cater to your environment. Of course, it's exhausting. Of course, you'll get a headache. Of course, you'll have body pains. Of course, you'll disassociate. Of course, you won't be able to paint anymore. Of course, you'll feel depleted because you have lost you, right? You have lost you in that environment. And what's interesting is, so I've been hearing this for a while. I've been putting into practice. So this happened years ago where I started to put this into practice, and it took a while to like get the hang of it, because the old pattern would show up where it's like, oh, I have to protect myself immediately. Oh my God, I've taken so much. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling this. Protect, protect, protect. And instead, so there are two things that are showing up. The first one is when you're in a crowded place, when you are in that event. For example, me, I love events and music and people and noise. But I do get drained, and I do walk into many pockets of energies. Just like if I'm walking down the street in a crowded space, I'm walking through all these different pockets of energy, all these people energetics that are everywhere. And I'll feel fatigued, and then I'll feel happy, and then I'll feel overwhelmed, and then there's too much. What I used to do is be like, oh my God, I forgot to protect myself. That's another thoughts that are like, oh my God, you forgot to do what the book told you or what that guru told you or whatever. Drop all that. All you need to do is when you're there, you just remind yourself, it is okay that I'm feeling all these pockets of energy, and I choose to feel me more, right? It's like you're deciding that it's not going to overpower you. So I remember, I'll share this example because this is really important. I remember there was a time, this was 2 years ago, I was walking downtown, and there was like a festival, which I adore being in, like music outdoors and like dancing and people having fun and music and, little food things and just joy, right? So I love going there. However, not everyone there is joyful, of course, right? And so many people are going there because they have FOMO or they're anxious or whatever it is. I don't even care to know. What would happen is I would be walking, and then all of a sudden I felt this drain of energy, like fatigued and slightly dizzy, like I was getting vertigo, and I started to hyperventilate, and I was like, oh shit, I took somebody's energy. Oh my God, no, this is horrible. And I wanted to take my daughters and leave. And then all I heard so clearly, stay still, stand still within you, and accept that this is the energies around you. And I went into a state of acceptance. I was like, this is the energies around me. Can I still continue walking and enjoying what I enjoy outside of what the energy is forcing me to get away from? I like this. I enjoy this. But these pockets of energies I've walked into, right, are bringing me so down that will get me out of enjoying what I enjoy to do. So I stood there and I said, you know what? I accept all this anxiety and all this fatigue. I accept it all. I accept it all. And I choose to still do what I want to do and bring myself as a priority, right? I didn't fight it and I didn't reject it. I just stepped into it, and there wasn't like, oh my God, there it comes. There wasn't any of that language. There wasn't any of this energy resistance. I was like, it's a pocket of energy. I'm an empath. I'm feeling things. So what? But I choose to feel me more, right? I wasn't fighting it. I allowed the energies there, and I allowed myself to remember that I too exist. I too exist. This is practice, right? I too exist. That's the word to use. And just walk and continue the thing, because you're the one who wanted to be there. This is what you desire to experience in your life. And you want to bring yourself back, and you want to accept that this is the energy there, but I do exist here, and this can exist. I know how to exist through this, and I know how to exist and bring myself back. So it changed my world. It changed my world because it was so intense. And like a few minutes later, I harmonized. I felt myself a lot more than allowing the environment or other people's pockets of energies to take over. Like I reminded myself of who I am, that this is my right. I too deserve to exist. And I'm bringing my existence into my presence. It's the forefront, and everything else is in the background. And I continued my day, and everything was fine. And it happened again. And again, it's not like I did it one time and it was gone. It happened again. Every time it happened, it was a practice. I would be like, oh, here, that pocket of energy again. I accept its presence. I accept that I'm an empath and I feel this. And I also choose to exist here right now and bring myself back. So I gather me. I am here. Okay. I am powerful. I deserve to exist and do what I want. The second thing that I also experienced, and this was just a few weeks ago, is the word I don't care, right? So you're walking, you're doing the thing, and you just say, and you're feeling all the feelings, right? And you're going through all the thing, or your mind is going like, oh, I have to fix, I wonder what this person, your antennas are out, right? This is how I always see them, like these silver antennas that are going out to make sure, is my environment safe? Is my environment safe? Who do I have to manipulate myself to be so that I am safe, right? And who do I have to become for others? It's like so many thoughts we go through. And when that happens, it's like, oh, I don't care. I don't care. And just using that word, like, I don't care. When the brain starts like, oh, watch out, that person looks like they're getting angry. Oh, that one seems like they're getting hurt. And this is all that mumble jumble conversations, interpreting people and everything. I don't care. And just keep repeating, I don't care. And all of a sudden your mind will stop and be like, you don't care. I don't care. I don't care to interpret. I don't care to tap in. I don't care. I just don't care. I just want to have fun. I don't care. So that's another tool and technique you can use with yourself, where you just allow this to silence, because all the pressure actually is happening internally, because the environment, you can't isolate yourself from the world. However, okay, you're allowed to have fun with the world. However, you can choose to isolate the noise inside, because that's the one that's actually causing all the pain, all the overstimulation, and all the suffocation that is going through internally, that you're feeling in your body. So I hope this is making sense and it's helpful. Thank you so much for sharing, my love. I really appreciate it, and all the comments that came through with that. I love you all so dearly. Yes, we've all gone through it. A lot of us still could go through it. These are some of the tricks of the trade, some things just to remember that you too are allowed to exist. You too are allowed to enjoy what you enjoy to do, regardless of the energies, because this is your life also. This is your life also. So it's like, yep, all these energies exist, and I do too, right? And I want to have fun, and I want to experience this. I want a gathering with friends, and to know that I also exist in that gathering. And you slowly start to gather more of you. You start to notice like, oh, I'm the deciding factor here. I'm either deciding to protect and fear all this energy, like, no, I just felt better recently. No, I don't want, or be like, well, I'm not going to hide from the world or from the things I enjoy. I'm going to step into them because I too am allowed, and all this energy is allowed to exist. Like there's no fight or resistance or fear in anything. Yeah. Anyway, I hope this makes sense. Let me know. Love you deeply and dearly. Take care of yourselves.